Hey Joe, am I doing it right? No, you gotta wait. No, wait. Wait. God, I can't get it right. Hey RV family, keep it tight. My name is Jay Moore's Third View Guy, and I'm back again to bring you another video. And in this one I'm going to be covering the new Nothing Nowhere and Travis Barker EP entitled Bloodlust. Most anticipated record of the year once I heard of it. Longtime followers of the channel will know that I've covered Nothing Nowhere a lot. He also had my second favorite album of the year for 2018. I've been on record before saying that he is my favorite contemporary solo artist, period, and I stand by that claim. I absolutely love him. But I've not shown any bias. There's been songs of his that I have preferred over others, albums and EPs that I've preferred over others, although for the most part I think he has a fairly stellar discography and single lineup. Speaking of, it's a bit disappointing that a lot of his older EPs kind of get swept under the rug, because I think a lot of them are super good, have some of his strongest tracks. I think they're super strong in their own right, but I think it's because of really big singles off of albums like Reaper, we're talking like Hopes Up featuring Dashboard Confessional and Clarity and Kerosene, and big singles off of, Ruiner, such as the self-titled track, as well as especially bigger Hammer. Coming from someone that doesn't necessarily like a plethora or a giant heap of artists from this genre, Nothing Nowhere has just always spoke to me and always really, related to me. Or I should say I related to him. So not too terribly long ago, he came out saying that him and Travis Barker were doing an EP. They released the music video for Destruction, which showed, Joe showing his face, which was really good. I'm not sure if it was like a self-esteem thing or just he wanted his music to be the focal point and not necessarily his image, but I really like that he's being a little bit more confident. I applaud him for that, and I'm very proud of him for that, because obviously his music is very centered around his own experiences with his anxiety, with his depression, with his suicidal thoughts, and a lot of the dark places of the human mind that a lot of artists are kind of either scared to talk about or don't really have the ability to convey that information in a way that's relatable to the audience, or even phrase it in a way that kind of gets the point across in the first place. It's really awesome that Joe was able to work with Travis on this record. Travis has obviously been working with a lot of rap artists nowadays, given all these trap rappers and emo rappers this kind of alternative rock tinge. And obviously, considering the fact that Joe grew up listening to Blink-182, I believe he said in an interview, it's really awesome to see that he was able to work with, an idol of his, a legend of his. This EP is 6 tracks, it's 16 minutes, and it's a very solid batch of tracks. Couple notable things about this. The mixing is a little bit varied on this record, diverse in a way that's not always to its benefit in my opinion. Sometimes the vocals will be a little over-equalized or under-equalized, or they'll have an effect on it that is so different, so astronomically different than other effects thrown on this record, that there is a little bit of a cohesive issue with this. I know for a fact that this record was kind of like written in a week, just kind of them jamming out, and there is the issue that some of these tracks do feel a little bit underwritten and underdeveloped. Not to sell the performances short, but on a track like True Love, one of these singles, I covered it in a track review, said that in many ways it is a little bit better than Destruction. I especially love the beat drop on the chorus, and I like the chorus in general, where he has the refrain of bloodlust and this whole concept of that. But the bridge feels very abrupt, and the way it, runs right into the chorus feels a little bit abrupt. I think the verses are a little bit understated considering how quick they are. Same with a track like Beautiful Life, where it just feels abrupt with the chorus, and the chorus just kind of bursts in full force, and it's just right in your face, but it's a little bit underwritten and understated. Besides those little gripes, and those are little nitpicks, this is a strong set of tracks. One thing I'm really loving about this record is how the guitar work feels a lot like it did on about 2016 era Nothing Nowhere, like the Don't Mind Me and the Deadbeat Valentine era Nothing Nowhere, which is very surprising. Obviously, he's always worked on, with down-tuned guitars and very gloomy guitars on records like Reaper and like Ruiner, but there's this certain flair, and it does feel a little bit toned up on Bloodlust, but I have that nostalgic feeling for it. Travis's drum work is completely evident and adds this alt-rock edge that was one of the main issues that I had with Live Fast Die Whenever, the project he did with Suicideboys. I believe I gave that a review and I wasn't feeling too hot on it, and it was because Travis's influence did feel a little bit drowned. However, on Bloodlust, the chemistry between Travis and Joe is completely evident and impossible to miss, and I think I credit that a lot to the fact that Joe has been in this genre for a while, kind of playing around with it. It's just now he's going full force in there with guitars and drums. But I do like the mixing of the beats. I'll kind of go back to True Love for a second, even though it is a little bit of an understated track. The beat drop on the chorus, it just shows that this style and alt-rock are mixing so well on this record with such cohesion. Torture also features a massive, massive chorus that feels a lot more like something that would have been off of Reaper than Ruiner. Just so huge. Joe just screaming his brains out. Not needing many effects, not needing that much mixing to just sound gut-wrenching and raw. On the track Back to You, you get a vocal appearance by none other than Black Bear, one of my more notorious and kind of infamous reviews from this year. I did not like Anonymous that much, and that's kind of out in the open. Don't worry, not gonna shit on him here. I think his vocal inclusion is nice, even though it is kind of curt and abrupt and cut off a little short. A lot of times, I really feel like these tracks just feel like they could have been longer. Like, there was this mold of the track that they knew they were going to work with, but they just cut the session short. It's almost like they were recording, and then just stopped. Like there was something to be more. I always feel on these tracks that it's just like I'm wanting more, but not in a way that just like, oh, this was a great track, I want to hear more from this, you know, from this like duo. It's more so that I just feel like there was something left out of some of these tracks. Otherwise, it's still an extremely, extremely strong batch of tracks with great songwriting per usual. That's something else I should point out, is Joe usually deals with a lot of, you know, depression, anxiety, suicide, that type of things, his dark thoughts and his dark places. This record deals more in love. Like there's a clear string linking all of this together with this kind of, you know, love story, which he has told before in music before. He sings a lot about love, especially on Ruiner. It just feels like this whole album is kind of a concept around it, even if it is a loose concept. Otherwise, loving the production on it, loving the guitar work. The drum work by Travis is, in my opinion, the best he's done on any of his, you know, rap crossover projects. Joe's sounding great on this record, absolutely great. Not necessarily better than he has recently, but not worse. It's kind of insane how he fits this style. I like that a lot of rappers are incorporating rock into the mix, and yeah, can't say much else about this record. There are some things that, you know, are a bit iffy, so it's not a perfect record. It's not like a 9 or anything, but I am going to be giving it an 8 out of 10. And that is a wrap. Please stay for the end screen. I'll link some videos that you might be interested in. Have you heard this new Nothing Nowhere and Travis Barker collaborative EP, Bloodlust? If you have, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to discuss the record with you. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to join the review family today. I'd love to have you here, and smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads. My name is Jay Morris, the review guy. You know who it is. And I'm signing off saying farewell.